Mariners have a lot of guys. D. Gordon could be another one. That we could see guys on the move here in the next few weeks before the deadline. And Edwin Encarnacion was traded to the New York Yankees. The Yankees gave away one of their minor league arms, and people, again, go, why are they giving away arms when that's something they need? And at the end of the day, sometimes in the minor leagues, you don't have room to bring these players to the 40-man roster. There's just no way to do it. Mm-hmm. And that's a situation. As good as a prospect that this kid is that the Yankees traded away, I think he's in the top 20 now in the Mariners minor league system, already ranked as one of their best prospects. And it's one of those things where the Yankees would never be able to get him on the 40-man roster, and you're just going to lose him like something like the Rule 5 draft. So this happens a lot in baseball. Right. You see a lot of minor league players get traded because you're going to lose them anyway. You can't keep them. So it's one of those things there. But, the Yankees need arms, and trust me, I'm one of those guys that sit here and say that you can't just win on the home run ball. When you get to October, the pitching is too good. However, I'm still all about this move. I mean, do you guys know, I bet this is something that blew my mind. This decade, 2010, the most home runs hit in Major League Baseball is Edwin Encarnacion. And you think of all the hitters, I would not have guessed that. I figured he'd be in the top 5 of that conversation, but he leads all of baseball since 2010 in home runs.
Well, I think him and Jose Bautista, when they were in Toronto,
it was like 40 a year.
Yeah,
from both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I mean, I could see how that can get buried because they played for the Blue Jays,
right?
But yeah, I mean that is surprising. He would be the top guy there.
Right.
You would want to guess somebody else,
Right. You would think like Albert Pujols or something. I know he's slowing down a little bit in the but
Trout.
Trout.
Trout's not doing too bad himself. He's in that conversation on that list. But it's now the two leading home run guys in the American League are Gary Sanchez and Edwin Encarnacion. That's one thing. I know that doesn't really matter, but it's something fun for the fans to watch, that those two are going to have a home run battle and go for it. And Edwin hit one, and then Gary Sanchez hit one, and they're both kind of staring at each other like, okay, all right, I see what you can do. And then, Sanchez hits the 481 home run yesterday to tie it, and, Edwin kind of gave a little bit of a smirk, so they're going back and forth at it with that. 1 through 9 can go yard in a lot. You don't see that too often. You don't, and even if you have a guy like Verlander throwing the ball, which Verlander's going to be throwing the ball tomorrow against the Yankees, and I can't wait because I just want to see. And I know it's not October, and I know it's different and all that stuff, but you think about it, even the best pitchers makes one mistake to this Yankee lineup. It's gone. It ain't coming back. 1 through 9. You usually have a part of the order where it's home run or nothing. The Yankees have 9 guys that can just, at any time, turn one loose and just devour it. And these guys can also hit a little bit for average, so it's a little bit different. I love the trade for it. And I know a lot of people have knocked it because they're saying, where's Madison Bumgarner? Why haven't you got him yet? Or why haven't you made a move for this guy? Or Marcus Stroman, who I told you, I love Marcus Stroman. And I said, I don't think we have any chance to get him. Well, now there's reports that the Yankees are interested in Marcus Stroman. And I'm a big Marcus Stroman fan. You get him off the Blue Jays, he can pitch. I think Chris Archer could pitch too. I just think, played for Tampa when they weren't, they were
play for a winning
right?
culture.
Yeah, and then Pittsburgh is mediocre as well. You put him on a team and give him a chance as well, he could do some good things. So I get that they need pitching, but at the end of the day, I think this is a great move for him. It makes the outfielding a little crowded because you want Giancarlo Stanton to be your DH. He's not going to be able to be the DH because Edwin Encarnacion is going to have to take that, and that means Stanton is going to have to play the outfield every day.
Yeah.
But it gives Boone options, and I'm seeing it right now. Didi can have a day off. Why?
Right.
Because we can
Platoon.
plug, Gregorius there. Stanton can have a day off. We can put Brett Gardner. There's so many options. There's so much depth on this team.
Right.
It's not crazy to see the Yankees winning it. I'm not still think Houston is better than us. I know we're beating up on them right now. Houston's not quite at full strength. They don't have Correa. They don't have George Springer. But at the same time, when they swept us early on in April, the Yankees didn't have Judge and Stanton. We were missing some pieces too. I still think the pitching for Houston is a lot better. Maybe not the back end of the rotation. Garrett Cole and Verlander, pretty good. And I will say this, we didn't see Verlander until Sunday, the final day of the series. We didn't see Garrett Cole at all. So we kind of got lucky. We've had to face, some guy I never heard of, Valdez and Peacock yesterday. Those are not their premier pitchers. I get that.
Right.
But things are getting interesting in the American League as well. That Houston, the Yankees are gaining on them. I honestly believe that with these moves. And if they get a pitcher, things can get serious.
Would you have rather seen them get a guy like Rendon from Washington over Encarnacion? Yeah.
I think the asking price for him would have been much more. You think about the Yankees, all they gave was a minor league arm,
right,
who is a pretty good prospect. They never would be able to bring him up on the 40-man roster. They just don't have room.
Yeah.
And they gave up cash. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think to me,
and they got a guy that's hitting 24 home runs right now.
Right.
And to me, it's like, hey, why wouldn't you take him?
Right.
I mean, for what you gave up, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, you'd like to have more pitching, and I think they're going to have to get more pitching if they want to compete in October.
Yeah.
They're just going to have to.
I don't know who the ace is. James Paxton hasn't been quite dominant. He's battling a knee injury. CC can't go more than 5 innings, and it's like a slow pitch softball pitch. My God. He did pick up his 250 career win and pitch very well against Tampa over the last series, but Tanaka just had a complete game shutout, but he kind of comes and goes.
Right.
Who knows about Severino? Herman hasn't pitched a full season, so I think he's starting to tire out a little bit here.
It's not a bad rotation.
It's not, but it's not that great. Like, it needs to get stronger if this team's going to win. The bullpen's lights out. You get to the bullpen with the league game's over, you lost. Go home. But if you need some starters that can give some more length. J.A. Happ hasn't quite been himself. The starting rotation, I thought, would be better than it has been, if I'm being honest to this point. It really hasn't. We definitely need a starter, but I don't hate the trade of bringing in Edwin Encarnacion for what they traded for. They didn't trade anything. They gave away nothing and got a guy that's going to drive in 100-plus runs and 30-something home runs, maybe 40 home runs, especially in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He doesn't go the opposite way. He pulls the ball. His first home run in Yankee Stadium, right field. That's his first opposite field home run of the season.
There's nobody to pitch around. I mean, really, you
can't.
You can't pitch around anybody.
It's a nightmare. It really is for opposing pitchers. And I think, when you have just home run or nothing type team, it doesn't work out. But it's a little bit different that it's 1 through 9. Like, Gleyber Torres is going to be our 9th hitter.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Judge is your leadoff guy?
Well, Judge was leadoff because they gave LeMahieu a day off yesterday. Judge would be in the 2-hole, but
it's still the 2-hole.
And don't even get me started.
Right.
Yeah, I know. And when you look at lineups and this Yankee lineup, especially DJ LeMahieu doesn't get talked about enough. Like, we'll in the next couple of weeks, we'll look at like Cy Young races and MVP races. You look at LeMahieu's numbers and you go, well, not enough home runs, not enough RBIs. That's probably why he's not in the discussion. The man's batting .468 with runners in scoring position with over 30 RBIs. And a lot of these hits are, Yates called in and asked, who would you want game on the line? Right now, I would take DJ LeMahieu. Like, and just this lineup is insane. It's a very scary team.